Alright, I'm going to read this question and then do part A. An automobile insurance agency is open 10 hours a day. If claims arrive randomly at a rate of 4 each day, find the following probabilities. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is to just get a sort of benchmark average. So we have an average of 4 in 10 hours. Alright, so part A was the probability of more than 2. More than 2. Alright, in a 10-hour period, and the average for a 10-hour period is 4. Okay, so remember that all your possibilities are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Through infinity. More than 2 means all of these. Alright, we're going to take the complement of that and subtract out 0, 1, and 2. Alright, so this is 1 minus the probability that x is less or equal to 2, average equal to 4. Okay, so let's find our tables. Average of 4, less or equal to 2, is this number right here, which makes it hard to see. Right, that's 0.238. So it's 1 minus 0.238, which is 0.762. Right, part B. That's the average of 2 or more in a 1-hour period. Alright, so the first part is the same. More than 2 in 1 hour. So if the average is 4 in 10 hours, then the average is going to be 0.4 in 1 hour. Okay. Except for where we find this value in the table, the rest of the problem is the same. Alright, and so what we'll do is 1 minus the complement x less or equal to 2, which we read from our tables. The average is 0.4. Alright, so we'll find 0.4 less or equal to 2 is this number here, 0.992. And so the answer there is 0.008. Alright, so you see the probabilities changes quite dramatically if you look at a 10-hour period versus a 1-hour period. Alright, that was part B. C, at least 1 in 2 hours. At least 1 means x greater than or equal to 1 in 2 hours. Well, if the average is 0.4 in 1 hour, in 2 hours it's got to be 0.8. Okay. Again, we can't look greater than or equal to up in our tables, so we will have to use complements. Greater than or equal to 1 means 1 through infinity. Alright, and the complement of that is just the x. So this is going to be equal to 1 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 0, the average of 0.8. Less or equal to 0 is this value here, 0.449. Alright, so the answer to that is 551. Part D, 5 or more in the 5 hours in the first half of the day. Well, it doesn't matter when those 5 hours are. So 5 or more in 5 hours. 5 or more means greater than or equal to 5, and the average in 5 hours. Well, several ways in which you can do this. Alright, it was 4 in 10 hours, so 5 hours is half of that, so the average rate is half of that, so it's 2 in 5 hours. Okay? Again, our possibilities run like this. We want 5 or more, this. Alright, we'll take the complement and then subtract out 0 through 4. So there's 1 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 4, with the average equal to 2. Right, less than or equal to 4, average of 2. Average of 2 less than or equal to 4 is here, and that's 0.947. Complement of that is 0.053. So it's just over 5% probability of getting 5 or more in 2 hours. Sorry, in 5 hours. The average is 2 in 5 hours. Alright, let's look at the next part. E, at most 16 in a 5-day week. At most 16. At most 16 means x less or equal to 16 in a 5-day week. Well, the average in 10 hours, right, which is 1 day is 4. So there's 1 day. So it's 4 in 1 day. So in 5 days, it's 20 in 5 days. Alright, so our average rate in 5-day week is 20. Okay, less or equal to 16. Scroll down and find 20. So the last column over here. Right, less or equal to 20 is 0.221. Alright, let's go back to that problem, make sure we've done that. At most. Okay. Alright, so it means 16 or fewer. It's about a 22% probability of doing that. Okay. And that's that problem. Now let's look at this problem. After the last one, you should have got a very good feel for what's going on here. There's not much to the Poisson distribution. Not much more to it than there was to the binomial. Okay, you just have to worry about your average rate. The rest of the reading the tables is the same as the binomial. Alright, so I suggest you pause this movie here, read it, and try it, and then look at my answers.